Hi, and welcome to How to Configure the Migration Agent for Exchange project options using PowerShell. For Migration Manager for Exchange, I'm Chris Hawley. I'm one of the Senior Enterprise Tech Support Advisors here at Quest Software. Hey guys, so to get things started, we're going to learn about configuring your migration using PowerShell, and in this section all we're going to go over is how to configure your migration project options. There's a whole lot more commandlets here that we're going to cover in some other videos, kind of in a series, but let's get started. So anytime we're using PowerShell, we have to import those commandlets. So let's get started. We're going to open up PowerShell, and I've gone ahead and taken the liberty to copy and paste some of this stuff, but in the on the web page with this video, I'm going to have all these PowerShell commandlets available for you so that you can copy and paste them. One thing to note, and you can see here, is that some of our old documentation uses 8.13 and below. In 8.14 and above, that's changed, so we're going to take out the D's here, and with what I have copied, you're not going to have to, or what I have attached to the to this video, is you're not going to have to worry about this stuff. All these videos are for 8.14 and above, to make things a little easier for you. If you're using 8.13 and below, we do recommend that you upgrade to the latest version so that you can get the most up-to-date support. So now that we've gone and loaded up our PowerShell commandlets, our server here, our console server, is going to know what we're trying to tell it to do. So we're going to get our project options using the get-mmex project options here. And we'll just hit enter, and it's going to give us a list of everything that we can configure for our project. Now, when I say project, this affects specifically the migration agent for Exchange agents, otherwise known as the mage agents. So every single agent here is going to use these settings. Now, I've kind of gone through and kind of set these around a little bit, but the first one at the top here, the minimal mail processing interval, the default on that is actually 15 minutes. And this is the minimum amount of time that must pass before a mailbox or calendar can be processed again when it's not in sync. So let's change this back to the default value. And we do that by using the set-mmex project options. And I hit the tab enter so that we can kind of pre-populate it. And we can do the same thing here and do a dash min mail processing interval. And let's change this back to 15. And there we go. So let's check to make sure that the setting took. And we can see it's right back up to 15. Another one that we can see here is the sync period after switch. And what this is when a mailbox is synced, it's how many times do we want the agent to synchronize mail that might have come in during that switch process. I'm looking up the default values right now, and the default value is actually 15 minutes, and I have it set to 2, I think. It's set to 15, so that's okay. So we're going to change that. Another one is that Office 365 license. If you're synchronizing to Office 365, our tool has the option to set various licenses. And the default value is actually all licenses. I'd set this to Exchange. So what that means is that it's only going to assign an Exchange Online license. So if you have like an E3 plan, you're going to have to choose all licenses. So let's set that back to the default. So we're going to do the same thing, set project options. We're going to do Office 365 license and all license. And that's it. So let's check to make sure it took. And it did. Otherwise, you know, thankfully we didn't see this nice big red screen of red letters that sometimes we'll see if we type something in. So in the documentation here that I'm going to attach, it's going to go through and explain everything, complete with the settings, so you can kind of see some of the syntax that I used here in the video, and hopefully that'll make things a little bit easier for you. If you want to know more, you can go to support.quest.com. You can also reach out to us via our live help chat. You can open up a service request using our support center at 1-800-306-9329. You can also reach out to us on our community's forums, which most of us in the support center will get back to as soon as possible if you don't want to go through having to set up any service requests. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and the next video will be covering it'll be covering how to work with the organization properties.